Dosto, hello and welcome to episode 17 of my program, Interesting Facts and Quotes. And here we go. 1. Shoot the breeze means to have a casual conversation or to spend time talking about things that are not very important. 2. Cut the cackle and come to the horses means to get down to business, leave out the non-essentials and come to the part that matters the most. Friends, Agatha Christie was quite fond of this particular idiom and she has used it in some of her novels. I'm sorry. 3. Not turn a hair. Not turn a hair is a phrase that means to remain unmoved or unaffected. 4. Shakespeare, arguably, is the greatest wordsmith in history of English language. Americans loved the bard because they saw in him a pioneer and inventive wordsmith who coined new words and expressions, some 1700 by one estimate. 5. Running the parliament costs rupees 2.5 lakhs per minute or rupees 2 crore a day, you can say. And MPs get rupees 2,000 per day to attend the parliament. But do we get the real worth out of them is the big question. 6. China has increased its investments enormously in the US in the last decade, employing 1 lakh US workers compared to 10,000 in 2006. 7. Wang Jianlin is China's richest man and the largest Chinese investor in the US. 8. A joint secretary in the Government of India is the administrative head of a department and has critical influence on its efficacy. 9. IPL already ranks in the world's top 5 sporting league. 10. A recent study by UNICEF on the economic impact of sanitation has estimated that in an open, defecation-free village, each family saves over rupees 50,000 per year on account of avoided medical expenditure. 11. The Ministry of Law and Justice has admitted that as of July last year, 24 high courts were functioning with only 615 out of the total sanction strength of 1079 judges, where that is 1079 judges, where center and state governments account for nearly 70% of the cases in the courts. 12. According to RBI data, total debit cards in India went up from 623.67 million, that is about 62 crore in November 2015, to 867.35 million, which is about 87 crores in September 2016. A 39% jump, even if many people have multiple cards. Similarly, payments through prepaid instruments like M-Wallet or PPI cards went up from 62.66 million, more than 6 crore, which is more than 6 crore in November 2015 to 97.07 million, that is more than 9 crores in September 2016, a jump of, you could say, 54.9%. That's a huge jump. 13. There are 250 to 300 million or you could say 25 to 30 crore Indians with a smartphone. 14. The stark fact is that in a country of 1.2 billion people, we currently have only 2.50 lakh ATM machines. 15. I am told there is a magnificent archaeological site in Western Africa, the vast ruins of Jenny in Mali. Apparently, this was a city of over 1 lakh people 1,000 years ago, a world-class metropolis in the first millennia. A visitor to the site observes its art was stunning, its architecture reflected a complex society. What struck me the most, however, was the fact that it had been completely ignored by Western archaeologists for decades just because they did not find any evidence of a military construction. The Jenny civilization did not find its strength through military conquest or intimidation of its people, but through cooperation It was a great city built not on fear but on friendship. 16. Friends, we all keep hearing about stubble burning. Labor has become expensive, therefore, mechanical harvesting is done for big fields, but the machine for harvesting leaves 25% of the stem during the harvest. This again has to be cut by another machine. So burning the crop residue is easier, and that is called stubble burning. There is an imposition of maximum fine of rupees 15,000 for stubble burning for farmers. In Delhi and all, we keep hearing about it. 17. India occupies 2.4% of the world's land area and supports over 17.5% of the world's population. India has more arable land than any other country except for the United States, and more water area than any other country except Canada and the United States. Indian life therefore revolves mostly around agriculture and allied activities in small villages where the overwhelming majority of the population lives. 18. As per 2001 census, 72.2% of the Indian population lives in about 6,38,000 villages, and the remaining 27.8% lives in more than 5,100 towns and over 380 urban agglomerations. 19. In 1901, the world population was 1.6 billion. By 1960, it became 3 billion. And by 1987, 5 billion. And in 1999, 6 billion. Currently, 1 billion people are added every 12 to 13 years to the world's population. 20. When we see the population growth in India, we find the population of the country was 27.13 crore in the year 1900, from where it decreased to 26.31 crore in 1925, which sounds impossible, but yes, it's true. And then from there, it increased to 35.04 crore in 1950 and 36.23 crore in 1951. From here onwards, the population growth took exponential proportions of growth to 43.88 crore in 1961, 54.79 crore in 1971, 68.52 crores in 1981, 84.39 in 1991, and 102.70 crore in 2001, and of course now it's about 1.3 billion. 21. With over 1 billion people, India is currently the world's second largest populated country. India crossed 1 billion mark in the year 2000. That is 1 year after world's population crossed the 6 billion threshold mark. It is expected that India's population will surpass the population of China by 2030, when it would have more than 153 crore of population, while China would be number 2 with a population of 146 crore. 22. Since 1947, the population of India has more than tripled, which has resulted in increasingly impoverished and substandard conditions in the growing segments of the Indian population. In 2007, India ranked 126th on the United Nations Human Development Index, which takes into account social, health and educational conditions in the country. 23. Britain is already the largest investor in India. Among the G20 countries, in India invests more in UK than in any other country. 24. Gotra, we all talk of Gotra in Hinduism, is the male bloodline that links Hindus with a range of ancient sages. 25. The value of rupee has changed from rupees 17.50 per dollar in 1990 to rupees 74 per dollar today. And now, friends, some interesting quotes and lines. 1. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. This great quote is by the great person, Steve Jobs. 2. Alexander the Great might just be right. I am not afraid of an army of lions led by a sheep. I am afraid of an army of sheep led by a lion. 3. Virtue has a veil, vice a mask, said Victor Hugo. 4. English poet Alexander Pope wrote, "To err is human, to forgive divine." 5. The first requisite of civilization is that of justice, said Sigmund Freud. 6. Man is not worried by the real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems, said Greek philosopher Epictetus. 7. Oh, sorry, there's no 7. So friends, that's all I have for today. If you like my show, kindly share it. Also press the like icon. Also subscribe our channel by pressing the red icon. And don't forget to press the bell so that you're notified each time we upload a video. And for now, goodbye and see you soon.